Hi, I'm RaDona from boysandgirlshairstyles.com. Today I have Sue with me. She's from Texas. We love her. I'm so glad to see her again. What we are going to do, we just cut her hair last time, but what I'm going to show you, you can kind of see her color now. She does have some blonde in it, but it's not as bright as we're wanting. So I'm going to add some blonde into here and brighten it up. What I've done is I've just made this, the section here. I'm leaving this down. I don't like to come down into here because when we cut this shorter, it leaves tiger spots down here. So I like to stay up here in the crown area. So when I cut this short, there's enough hair here that it just stays blonde here, and then it'll keep her regular color back here. This little section that I'm going to take, just take this thin. You don't want a thick area, or you're going to have regrowth before you start. We don't want that. So take a thin area, and I'm going to do her weave medium. So if you can see this, I'm just going to hold this up. That's medium. Okay, I'm going to take my foil, set this onto my comb. I'm going to hold the hair straight up, set the foil down, and you can see I just set that on the foil, the hair. And then I bring this, what I'm using is bleach with 40 volume. Now, 40 volume I like to work with. A lot of people hate to work with 40 volume. It actually lifts the hair 4 shades, but you have to be pretty fast to get around, because it obviously lightens more and faster. So, if you want, you can use a 20 volume or a 30. Like I say, I'm going to use a 40. Okay, now I'm going to come to this side. Again, take a thin section, and I'm going to do this medium. Get my foil, set it over the comb again, and set this hair down. Now, the color that she has, if Deanne can zoom in a tiny bit, the color that she has, you can see right here on her ends. You do not want to pull that bleach through those ends. If you do, you're going to just fry it off. So you don't want to do that. So I'm getting all these dark areas, and then I leave that area out that's colored. Okay? So I lift this, I bring my comb in here, and as I put this in, I'm going to pull with this top hand towards me, and then that holds that foil in tight so there's no slipping, so we don't get tiger stripes that way either. Okay, then this side, again, thin section, and I'm going to do medium. Grab my foil and set this over it. And I put with the short hair, I like to put my fingers underneath the foil just to hold so I can put the color exactly where I want it. And you can see, there's some of the blonde through the ends, so I'm not getting those ends. Okay, now, with Sue, we want it to be pretty blonde, but not all the way blonde. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a section in between. I'm going to leave that out, okay? And then this next section, I'm going to color. So what I say is this is 1 to 1. 1 bleach to 1 natural, 1 bleach, 1 natural. That's what I'm doing. So I'm leaving this section out. Okay, and I'm doing this medium. And just hold this straight up. And, bleach is going to swell when it gets a little warmer. So what you want to do is you want to come, as close as you can to the end of this foil towards, her head. But you don't want to go way close, because that bleach is going to swell, and that also will leave tiger stripes. So as close as you can, but not, too close. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to come to this side, and I'm going to leave a section out right there, and then I'm going to add a section here. And I'm also going to do it, you know, medium, just the same. Okay, then I'm going to set that brush on there. Okay, then I'll just show you another section, and then I'll guide you to where I'm going to go with my foils, but you guys don't have to sit and watch me put them all in. But then that way you'll know where I'm going with it. So again, over here I'm going to leave a little section now, and I'm going to take the next section. Again, make sure it's thin. And I'm leaving it medium. You know, you've heard that 1,000 times. Let me set that on there. Then I always hold this two sides of the foils too. Okay, then I flip this foil. Again, I kind of lift this and push up while I push down with my hand. Okay, now what I'm going to show you guys, and then I always hold that corner in just to hold it in tight. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around 2 more times this way, just as I showed you there. Then, you know, her part here, I always want to go through her part first and then do her sides. So I'm going to come up here a couple times. I'm going to come forward with my foils, skipping hair in between. So bleach, normal hair, bleach, normal hair, bleach, normal hair, all the way up. And then I'm going to do her sides, let her process. And then I will show you the cut and dry it for you so you can see the ending product. Thanks. Hi, I'm RaDona from boysandgirlshairstyles.com. So Sue, we just put highlights in her hair to brighten it up. What I'm going to do is show you her haircut. I'm going to put her head down. Okay, I'm going to point cut into this back. And I'm just taking a little bit of this length right here. Okay, now I'm going to come up to her crown. She likes to wear this short. Short is easy. So it's just over 1 inch long on this top. Okay, I'm just holding that at a 90-degree angle. Same thing back here. Okay, now, so right in the back of her head, what I'm going to do is the section that I take, I'm going to angle my fingers in so it's a little tighter to her head back here. And all of this I'm just point cutting into. Okay. So then up here, here's your guide point right there. So you're just going to line that up. And if you'd like, you can section off your sections. With short hair, I just like to keep track in vertical sections this way. Okay, so from this point, just going to angle this in a little, just to get rid of some of this bulk back here so it's easier for Sue to manage. Okay. Same thing, just go straight out at 90 degrees. To get to here, and then angle in. Okay. Same thing through this area. what's fun, we cut Sue's hair last time, and she wore it short also. She just had it longer through here, so we just kind of made that shorter to change it up. So if you guys are kind of in a rut, which your hair is short, and you want to change it up, you know, you can do something like that. Okay, so around behind this ear, I'm going to hold it just straight out, okay? And I'm going to take this length off, and then just kind of angle that in so it's close through this side. Okay, now I'm going to hold this hair out this way and just, you know, trim and cut into that a little. See, and then you can just kind of comb it this way and see. Okay, now we will come over on this side. Okay, now we are at that point again. We're going to angle in. You know, it just means drop your hand, you know, closer to her head this way. Okay, and the sides. Again, just hold that out by her ear. And then after doing that, that's when you just hold this out and trim, point cut into this. And then you can just cut into this if you need to a little. Okay, now going up this way, to double check, you can comb up this way. See, there's a little point right there. You just take this off. That's just to make sure it's all even back here, okay? So I like to go up the middle, then I like to come to the side, this left side, and then I just come over to this right side. So you just keep going up, see if that's all even. Okay, now this front, you can see the guide point here. You're just going to trim this up, and depending on how short you want it, is, you know, where you put your fingers. If you want it shorter than that, then you angle down just a little bit more. All right, so you hold all that up. Now I'm going to come to the side, just grab from the ear, and I like to keep this at a 90-degree angle also, from the top to the side. Okay, now I'm just going to maybe I was going to get that a little bit once we're working. Okay, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to cut into these sides. Just to cut a little bit of that length off, but to keep it kind of piecey. You just want to bring these shears in, just barely open and shut. Okay, and And this side, again, 90-degree angle from the top, going around to the sides. Okay, same thing here. I'm just going to come up, take a little bit of this length off. Okay, then I'm going to take my texturizing shears and I'm just going to give her a little bit of through there. Don't go right to the scalp. And don't go by your hairline or any parts. You don't want to go in a part. This is going to give, you know, shorter hairs in there. So these hairs will sit on the short hairs, so it gives it more volume. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to add mousse to Sue's hair. I like to use a mousse on her because she has fine and a little bit thinner of hair, and so a mousse is great because it doesn't weigh, you know, weigh it down. So I'm just checking these sides. I'm thinking this one's a little bit longer. I'm going to take that just a little bit shorter. I guess you could call it messy. You just want it more movable. As soon as we're done, I'm just going to take her bangs and just kind of cut into those. Okay. Easy enough, right? Love how fast and easy this style is. Okay. So what I'm going to do, now that I can see where her bangs are drying, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to cut on an angle, just so her bangs aren't just one, you know, just straight across. Okay, so I'm coming up just a little bit into her bang. You can see that. So it makes a little bit shorter here, and then you have long, and then a little bit shorter, and then long. And that's just going to give it the textured look, okay? Okay, then, of course, I love distortion from ice. So I'm going to rub that into my hands. I used about a dime to a nickel size to where it's clear. And then I'm just going to grab at her hair. And then this is how it pieces it out to give it the cute, fun, spunky look. Okay, now I'm just going to turn her into the mirror really fast just to check it out. Fix it the way we want it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take a comb, and I'm just going to back comb just a little bit where her hair's fine, just so it will stay. With that distortion it should stay, but I always like to back comb just a little bit. Okay, and then you can just take the end of your comb and kind of just comb that out. Okay, and there is Sue with her new brighter wand, and we're really excited to have her here, so thank you.